Hello and welcome to the Queen Anne neighborhood of Seattle, Washington, and into the beautiful Climate Pledge Arena, where we are just about set for the battle for Seattle, brought to you by Beacon Plumbing, as the Seattle University Redhawks host the Washington Huskies. Russell Brown here alongside my color commentator and the better half of this broadcast team in Corey Belson. And Corey, there's been a lopsided matchup in history with the Huskies winning 17 straight in 34 of the total 38 meetings. But games like this can be perfect for a little bit of upset, especially in a big venue like this.
You know, absolutely, Russ. And 0-17 can today be that day. You know, Seattle U with the opportunity to kind of change, the trajectory of their season so far, and even bigger, what it means for the program and the university. Again, opportunity meets chance, and chance meets this opportunity to kind of take over the battle in Seattle and kind of wear that crown for a year.
On one side, Mike Hopkins and the Huskies. Corey, do they have their bark back? Coming off a big win over Gonzaga over there at the Heck Ed. Come over here to Climate Pledge Arena. Some could view this as a trap game, another in-state rivalry, not quite to the level, obviously, of Gonzaga versus UW. But what can they do to continue what seems like a return to form for the Washington program?
Yeah, I agree, Russ. It looks like a different team. We talked about 4 transfers from, across the nation, 2 guys from Kentucky, a team that pride themselves on playing zone in that Syracuse Jim Boeheim type defensive mentality that's playing majority man-to-man. Now, whether that's, Will Conroy and kind of him being the associate head coach, maybe it's Larry Brown, I don't know, but they changed it up, and now for the first time in over 5 years, they've got to win against Gonzaga, right? So being the premier program in Washington State right now, Seattle U wants a piece of that, and they got that. It's a heavyweight fight. UW has to come out and lay the hits. If not, Seattle U is going to be throwing those punches, and if they understand that, hey, this ain't Mike Tyson, this ain't the Mike Tyson of old, they start to believe.
On the flip side, the Redhawks continue to lay the foundation. The head coach, Chris Victor, has started to put down for this program, obviously taking over as the interim coach 2 years ago. 20-win seasons has been the standard so far, but it's the success once the postseason play starts there in Vegas at the WAC tournament. Can they do it? Big matchup today to look for. Cam Tyson on one side, the Bothell High School native, trying to come in here in this big arena and put on a show for his home side. And on the flip, it's the Kentucky transfer, Keon Brooks Jr. He dropped 20 on the Redhawks last season. He's leading the way this year, averaging just under 20 for the Huskies. It's time for tip-off as Kepnig and Brent Chatfield in the center circle. We're underway here in the battle for Seattle, brought to you by Beacon Plumbing, and Alex Schumacher and the Redhawks with the initial possession here. Out there with Schumacher, Cam Tyson, and Paris Dawson down low on the paint. Kobe Williamson, who has the rock right now, and Branton Chatfield. Kobe goes one into the other in the painted area, kicks back out to Schumacher.
And Russ, like we talked about, we're seeing UW in a man-to-man.
Schumacher pulls up mid-range shot off the mark into the hands there of Keon Brooks Jr. Him and Corin Johnson out there, Paul McKahee, Frank Kepnig, and Moses Wood, the transfer from Portland that the Redhawks saw last season.
Kepnig, a specimen, just size, physicality, and athleticism.
Here is Wood, former Pilot, dumps it down to Brooks. Brooks goes to work, pulls up over Kobe Williamson, no good, ball tipped out of bounds. Last touched by Kepnig. It'll be Redhawk ball.
Yeah, and that's what Brennan Chatfield has to do tonight in the Seattle U Redhawks. They have to box out the bigs, the athletic bigs. Mia, Kipnung, these guys can rebound, and they love second chances. Got to limit those tonight.
One possession for both teams, no buckets so far here. Again, coming to you from Climate Pledge Arena in the Queen Anne neighborhood of Seattle, Washington. Cam Tyson, a very tough shot. Great defense there by Corin Johnson. Mulcahy into the front court here for the Huskies. Johnson, a little bump there from Cam Tyson. Kepnung, entry pass here. This is going to be a matchup, him and Chatfield. Kepnung, little shimmy shake, no good. Chatfield straight up, Wood nearly saves it, but out of bounds to the Redhawks. Great defense by the Redhawk big man.
Great defense, straight up, high hands, pushed him out, didn't allow him to get any deeper. Interesting, right? So UW Huskies start Johnson in place of Wheeler. Wheeler, who's averaging 6 assists per game, and doing his thing on the offense is 16 points per game, but for that height on the defensive end against Cameron Tyson.
Redhawks nearly had the roll with Chatfield. Good recovery defense by University of Washington. Down to 12 on the shot clock for the Redhawks. Step back. Shot here, Schumacher just grazes the rim. Tipped out, Cam Tyson wide open. 3 balls, good. Bottom of the basket there. First drain three-pointer brought to you by Beacon Plumbing. Stop freaking, call Beacon. Cam Tyson with the big 3, giving the Redhawks the lead.
He's getting closer and closer to that record. You saw in San Francisco 6 threes that he hit. Now he's starting off the game exactly how he started at USF.
Just 6 away from the all-time record at Seattle University. Entry pass here to Brooks. Turns and faces against Schumacher, and now tries to back down. Wood catch and shoot, 3-ball right there, tit for tat from the Huskies.
Yeah, the transfer from Portland, making a difference.
Just like that, back-to-back threes from these 2 Seattle schools. Schumacher high screen from Chatfield. Spin move inside. Paris Dawson, who got the start today, down to Chatfield. 3-ball for the big man. He knocks it down. Back-to-back trays for the Redhawks. 6-3 early on here in Seattle. Swarming defense right now by the Redhawks, but then Cam Tyson got caught right there denying Wood.
And the Huskies, they don't want to get in a 3-point shootout with Seattle U, right? They want to make them make difficult shots, run them off the 3-point line, shoot contested jumpers.
We talked to Chris Victor pregame. We said, hey, what are the risks of coming out a little bit flat? He kind of chuckled and said, we're not going to come out flat. That 3-ball a little too strong from Brooks. Offensive rebound secured, and a held ball between Cam Tyson and Wood will stay here with the Huskies.
Coach Vic talked about this being one of the biggest games so far, and the players having it circled on their schedule, right, on their calendar. Like, there's no reason not to get up for this game, right? You got to be dead if you're not.
Wood catch and shoot on the inbound. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Moses Wood with all 5 points for Washington.
Yeah, and his height seems to be, you know, contributing to that ability to get up and raise up and knock down those shots over Cameron Tyson.
Here's Cam, double team on him. Ball nearly tied up. Cam trying to get free, and a held ball will stay here with the Redhawks this time. Good job there by Kepnick and Johnson to tie up the Redhawk sharpshooter. And look at that. A sight for sore eyes if you're a Redhawk fan. As checking in the game, John Christopoulos, who's been out since the season opener, he gave the Redhawks a little bit of a taste. 18 points on 75% three-point shooting in that win over Prairie View A&M. Had a hand injury. This is his first game back into action for the Seattle product. And the Huskies, look at that, causing a turnover off the inbound.
Yeah, Alex Schumacher's just got to settle in. It seems like he's got a little bit of nerves right now. The 2 shots that he shot were, not typical Alex Schumacher shots, and you just see there with that turnover. Got to settle in and relax and play your game.
1-point game here. Huskies trying to take their first lead of the day. Drive inside, dish. Kepnick wasn't quite ready, recovers, and Kobe Williamson, who else? Put up some good shot defense. Williamson inside, and Kepnick took that away. Too athletic are the Huskies for that.
Yeah, you got to throw it up to the rim and throw it up over him.
Johnson attacks the rim, and again Williamson right there. Paris Dawson and Christopoulos in the front court. They'll slow it down. But the remaining 3 Redhawks get into the front court. Schumacher. Williamson wants it. Him and Wood going to work on the block. Spin inside. Kepnick came weak side. It did not matter. The hook from the Aussie.
Impressive there by Kobe Williamson. Up and over the big Frank.
3-point lead here, 8-5. For Seattle University at what is their other home, we can say, outside the Red Hawk Center on the campus of Seattle University. Wood going at Christopoulos, and a shoulder to the jaw, and it's going to go against Christopoulos and take us to our first media timeout. The game started great. It's going to be even better. We'll be right back here. 8-5 early on in favor of the Red Hawks. You're watching NCAA basketball on ESPN+. back here at Climate Pledge Arena, and right now it's a 14-point game in favor of the Redhawks, who had themselves a first half. Corey, they shot 64% from downtown, 59% overall. Huskies 44% across the board. And man, Seattle University in fuego from downtown, played solid defense as well, but as you and I were saying during that last break, that doesn't mean anything until it's zero. Because this UW team is very talented. They took down a Gonzaga team that's very talented. So by no means is this game even close to over. And I expect to see a really focused UW team coming out of the half.
It's a tale of two halves. Seattle U's got to come out with the mindset that they're in, they're in a deficit. Like, they can't come out with the mindset they're up 14. Just 5 turnovers for Seattle U. 15 points off of turnovers for Seattle U. Got to continue with that and continue to shoot the ball. How about Dawson? 4 for 4 from 3.
As we get back underway here, Brooks, you know they want to get him going. He immediately gets a foul. He'll be at the free throw line. As Kobe Williamson picks up his 3rd already, not what you want.
And now you see Wheeler start. Shea Riley, I thought that was one of his best dunks last game, man. And they continually get that play. You thought teams would kind of scout it better, but that baseline out of bounds action where he's throwing up to the rim is awesome.
Cam Tyson inside, trying to get the runner off the glass, no good. Grant
Go back
Chatfield.
up.
Dawson, extra pass.
He's deep. Look how deep he is.
Chatfield, and one. They get Wood with the foul as Brent Chatfield will be at the line for one more. Seattle University President Eduardo Benalvo over there. He's loving it as well. Great pink shirt, by the way, Eduardo.
Who's that?
Eduardo. You don't know the president?
I didn't.
Eduardo looking sharp. Great
oh, Eduardo.
suit.
Okay, yeah.
Big,
so the
I
sound was
I don't want him to think anything bad, but the pink shirt with the red socks, that's a look there.
Man, classic, man. I actually got the opportunity to talk to Eduardo a little bit, and great person. He's actually from my area, Tacoma, but went to Clover Park. Interesting that his father, who's a doctor, actually one of my mentors, was the pediatrician for his kids. So it's just a small world, man, and great to see that he's out supporting the Seattle U Redhawks.
And he's a man who wants to take this Seattle University, not just athletics, to new heights. And big way to do that is big games like this. He can shoot those,
yes,
and he knocks it down. Wilhelm Breidenbach with the three, and you hear the crowd. They love it. Big man from Nebraska.
Yeah, you sub out Frank with athleticism, size, and strength, and you got shooting, smarts, and, ability to really be crafty on defense.
Inside, Chatfield trying to go up, and they called that clean. Straight up from Wood. Ooh. Wheeler blows past everybody. Trailer, Breidenbach. Oh, look at him, and he's fired up.
8-point game.
That is dissolved into single digits. Coach Victor wants a timeout, and the Huskies, they're barking.
Yeah, Wheeler talking that talk. Talking that talk to Coach Vic, talking that talk to Alex Schumacher. Hey, this is not what you want if you're the Seattle U Redhawks, but hey, you got to expect it, right? You got to expect it and weather the storm. You're taking the hit, you're giving the hit. Hey, it's a heavyweight bout. You got to be ready for it.
8-point game when we come back. 13:57 left to go in regulation. We'll be right back on ESPN+.
Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals.
A first child can be stressful. So to make things a little less overwhelming, Progressive is offering special rewards for new parents. But we're not stopping there. We think even cat ladies deserve rewards. Left-handed people, people with birthdays, recent grads who can't move on with their lives. All of them. And these people we found on the internet can be automatically enrolled in the Progressive Loyalty Program and get special rewards. Even people who just got back from Europe.
It's actually pronounced croissant. I was just in Europe.
Buddies, I present to you the Kerwin Frost Box.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yo, buddies, let's get that box.
Almost showtime, my lord.
Oh no! Go, go, go!
Come on, let's go. Hurry, everyone.
Let's go.
There he is, buddies. Get him.
Hey, buddy. That box is for everybody. There's a little McNugget in everyone.
Coming to you from Frost Way, with a buddy and a meal in every box. The Kerwin Frost Box.
With eBay Authenticity Guarantee, it's checked by experts. Every stitch, tag, and logo. So you'll always get that feeling of real.
Fashion always came easy to me. But when the fashion critics told me to play it safe, I decided to call an audible. Does that make me a fashion icon? Sure, but inspiration is everywhere if you're listening.
Ignite your imagination. Audible.
For the love of football. For the love of La Liga.
Back here on ESPN Plus, 58-50. The Huskies storming back into this ball game. Game the Redhawks have led by, well, since tip, they've led the entirety of this game, and it's been different spurts, been different players, whether it's Christopoulos, Dawson, Shea Riley with a couple highlight plays, but again, you let the Huskies hang around, especially how talented they are. They will come barking back.
Yeah, it's not the party you want the Huskies hanging around, that's for sure, but For Seattle U, someone's got to step up, right? All those guys that stepped up shooting the ball in the first half have kind of been obsolete and non-existent here in the second. See Malik Goma in for the first time.
The freshman going up against Keon Brooks. Never the easiest assignment. And Schumacher, the man out of Vancouver, Washington, down south, gets the midi.
Stop the bleeding. Little gauze pad.
Back to a 10-point game here, 60-50. 13:30 left to go here in regulation at Pledge Arena.
And it's been Wheeler, right? He's been.
Keon Brooks has hit the weights.
But Wheeler's been the one facilitating, you know, that 6.5 assists per game is kind of, you know, what's keeping UW Huskies in the game.
Dawson, who had those threes in the first half, gives it up to Schumacher. Schumacher and Wood dancing. Schumacher blows by him, goes up and fouled, and he'll be at the line.
It sounded like a hard foul, a hard fall.
Schumacher gets back up here. We're talking at that break. Spencer Haas, a Husky great. A lot of times you talk about local products being guards, but Spencer Haas, one of the best bigs to ever come out of the local area. He's sitting courtside. We've seen him at Red Hawk games as well.
Don't forget Brian Scalabrine.
Yeah.
Local product, man. Celtics legend, I guess.
Yep.
Been color commentating for their broadcast.
Yep. Part of that 08 championship team as well. John Brockman also was a local product. Big time Husky. Again, the Huskies, there was a stretch there. They were the program. Obviously, Gonzaga was doing their thing in Spokane, but talking about Nate Robinson, Brendan Roy, Conroy, Quincy Pondexter, Terrence Ross. I mean, there's so many great players that have come through the Husky program.
Right?
Yeah, Chester Trey Simmons. I mean, so many great players.
Well, you know when you got a movie, right?
Yeah, that's true too.
Big time program.
Yeah,
a whole movie.
The Dogs are used to being a great basketball program, as you see Breidenbach inside. And Breidenbach's cooking. He says, give me an opportunity, and I'm going to seize it.
That's it, right? Just give me an opportunity, a chance to get on the court, and he's proven that he can be dominant.
Kobe Williams is going to check in. Again, he has 4 fouls. That's why we have not seen him for the majority of this half.
Just a 7-point game right now.
Rakovic inside, and it just hangs up on the rim. No good, and he gets it back. He goes back up and gets it to fall. Victor Rakovic hustle plays.
Yeah, padding his stats right there, getting offensive rebounds.
Again, Redhawks just keeping that arm extended.
Seattle, you can't have empty possessions.
Oh, and the bump first before the held ball. And Breidenbach tries to sell, I think, a little bit of a flop there. And him and Schumacher having some words for each other. Hey, it's a little bit of a rivalry, you know, maybe not on paper, but it's a little bit of a in-city battle.
Yeah, you got to focus, man. You got to have that mental toughness, not to be distracted. They're trying to bait. They need to get, you know, UW Huskies need to get back.
Seattle University is a force for good in a constantly changing world, treating academics and justice as equals. Today, with humanity more interconnected yet more isolated than it's ever been, Seattle University's Jesuit education is needed more than ever. Join us as we expand into areas where we can have the broadest and most enduring impact. Our time is now. Seattle University.
I'm Lisa Brummel, co-owner of the Seattle Storm. Having long-standing corporate partners like Carter Subaru drives women's sports forward. We support Carter Subaru because they support us.
Carter Subaru, driving our community forward.
When two forces for good come together, united by a greater purpose, we become greater than the sum of our parts. To provide world-class health care. Together for more than a decade. Providence Swedish, together for you.
Tastes like a Coke.
We nailed it!
Coke Zero Sugar. Have they nailed it? Sounds like they really nailed it, huh?
Nailed it.
And that's when you said...
So it really tastes like a Coke.
Yeah, that's the point.
Goldberg Jones, 1-800-DIVORCE. You have questions? We have answers. Protecting Northwest husbands and fathers since 1995. Call 1-800-DIVORCE.
A lot of good news right now for the Huskies. They've cut it to single digits, and Frank Kepnick back over there on the bench. But right now, stepping in his absence, Wilhelm Reidenbach has had himself a solid split of minutes here. I mean, it's been really solid there from Wilhelm, but Kepnick is appearing like he might check in at some point in the reign of this game, which is a good thing for UW.
Reidenbach really stepping up, making use of those minutes, man. Making a difference, and really part of their comeback is because of him.
Brooks inside over 2 Red Hawks, and gets his own miss and puts it back up and in. 63-56. Things starting to tighten up here. Not even at the halfway mark.
And then they call
an illegal screen against Victor Rakovic. And Coach Victor, I think he's saying, hey, that's the same thing that happened on the other side of a UW, and you guys didn't call it.
Next play mentality, as you see Coach Grant Leaf stepping up and say, come on, we got to get a stop, get it back. But UW can't allow that to happen, right? They got to continue to chip away.
Yeah, the Red Hawks' largest lead was 16. And that has all but evaporated here. They're trying to hold on.
Brooks. Yep.
Brooks. Oh, he's starting to go to work and just pops off. Oh. Red Hawks lucky there. Cam Tyson. Coast to coast air Cam and an offensive foul. Tough one there. You don't see him attack the rim like that often, but that time he's called.
Coach Grant Leap, the former UW Husky, understands the importance of this.
Shooters in UW history.
Yeah, all time, right? 3-point from Mount Vernon. And Wheeler just too fast. And loses it.
Yep. That's something to look at as well. UW is now in the bonus. 7 fouls against Seattle University.
It's funny, Wheeler looking at the coaching staff saying, my bad. We know it's your bad, man. You got to let us know. Thumbs up.
Schumacher and the Red Hawks trying to recapture that magic they had in the first half.
Cam's going to have to take over, maybe JC, Dawson. Somebody's got to step up.
Victor Rakovic. Wood again tries to sell it instead.
There it is.
And a warning against Wood as well. We haven't seen that as much this season.
I'm surprised, right? Because you know, you've got to hold these teams accountable, these players accountable for wasting the ref's time, right? Don't waste my time with that.
So Cam Tyson's going to take the technical free throw there on the flop there by Wood.
Yeah, funky fish, right? Trying to fake it in, but no. Again, I thought there could have been a couple more times with Kobe Williamson that we talked about that could have been an offensive foul.
Cam Tyson at the line knocks it down, but yeah, I agree.
Could have been an offensive foul or it could have been a flop, you know what I mean? But I know the reality of it is that, you know,
they're
Kobe's
very bang plays too.
Yeah, Kobe's not the strongest, most physical guy, so for him to bulldoze somebody through, but great call by the refs there.
I think Kobe might ask you to meet him in the weight room.
Hey.
I don't know. I'm not going to co-sign that with you.
Hey.
Wheeler with the ball here.
You know,
Huskies trying to bounce back from what turned into a three-point play there for the Red Hawks. Brooks inside. Kobe Williamson on him, picked up his dribble. Now Johnson with 10 on the shot clock.
Good.
Wheeler, shot.
Oh, wow.
Way left of rim and tipped right back out. Johnson inside and floats through the air and lays it up for two.
So we talked about that earlier, Russ. You got to limit the Huskies just to one possession. You know, give them opportunities to score. They're going to do it.
8-point game here. Under 10 remaining.
I know for Coach Vic and the Seattle U coaching staff, this 9 minutes has got to feel like an eternity.
True, skip pass, Christophilus. Gets Wood to blow by him. Christophilus pull-up shot, no good.
Ooh.
Right there, Rakovic has it blocked off the backboard. The coaching staff wants a goaltend. They're not going to get it. Keon Brooks with the clean foul, or excuse me, clean block.
Yeah, but it hit the backboard. He blocked it off the backboard. He just missed it, huh?
Wheeler inside, going right at Kobe. Three ball, got it, knocked down. Keon Brooks leaves the hand in the cookie jar. It's a big three, and it's a 5-point game. Huskies on the bench and in attendance, getting a little bit rowdy.
Let's hope it's not that same story for Seattle U, but right now it's looking like it.
Kobe Williamson, he drives by and slams it home. The Australian, he takes flight with two hands.
Yeah, he said, Corey, I'll beat you up. That's what I'll. Good take to the basket, man. Kobe is dominating in the paint right there.
Love to see it from the Aussie. Brooks back-to-back tray balls. He got it again. Keon Brooks, he has a little 6-point run.
Yeah, and he says, I can't do it from the inside, I'll do it from the outside. But you're talking about a guy that only shoots 25% on the season from three.
Schumacher on the block, back out. Rakovic, three ball, no good. Off the rim, out of bounds. Last touched by the Huskies. Red Hawk ball. Last Chatfield and Paris Dawson to check into the ball game. Man, this might go down as a classic in this series. Again, two programs that back in the heyday used to be really solid. Obviously, the Red Hawks had their glory days in the 50s and 60s. Huskies, obviously, they've had a few more glory days since then, but still, this is turning out to be a classic here. Chatfield inside, hook shot, no good.
Just got to get back now, don't commit a foul.
4-point game here. Wheeler and the Huskies.
Brooks now with two back-to-back threes. Can he get another one?
Wheeler, look at the nifty handle there, pulls up and fouled. And was it Kobe Williamson? Oh, Kobe Williamson's night is done. And Kobe cannot believe it, but that is the call. And I think they're going to check it possibly, but if so, that's a tough break for Kobe. We'll be right back here.
Seattle University is a force for good in a constantly changing world, treating academics and justice as equals. Today, with humanity more interconnected yet more isolated than it's ever been, Seattle University's Jesuit education is needed more than ever. Join us as we expand into areas where we can have the broadest and most enduring impact. Our time is now. Seattle University.
I'm Lisa Brummel, co-owner of the Seattle Storm. Having long-standing corporate partners like Carter Subaru drives women's sports forward. We support Carter Subaru because they support us.
Carter Subaru, driving our community forward.
When two forces for good come together, united by a greater purpose, we become greater than the sum of our parts. To provide world-class healthcare. Together for more than a decade. Providence Swedish, together for you.
Tastes like a Coke.
We nailed it!
Coke Zero Sugar. Have they nailed it? Sounds like they really nailed it, huh?
Nailed it.
And that's when you said... So it really tastes like a Coke.
Yeah, that's the point.
Goldberg Jones, 1-800-DIVORCE. You have questions? We have answers. Protecting Northwest husbands and fathers since 1995. Call 1-800-DIVORCE.
Back here in Seattle where the Huskies have the momentum in this one, making their way back slowly but surely right now. Keon Brooks, 13 points after a fairly quiet first half. Severe Wheeler has 10 assists to go along with his 6 points as well. And on the flip side for the Red Hawks, they just lost Kobe Williamson, their best rim protector, and a solid inside-out threat as well. John Christopoulos, Paris Dawson, and Cameron Tyson really not a factor in the second half. For the Huskies, things are looking up. For the Red Hawks, they got to right the ship.
Yeah, Alex Schumacher, 7 assists, right? Facilitating, but it's the points in the paint for UW Huskies that's really, a compliment to Wheeler and his ability to break down the defense and feed the big. 32 points in the paint so far, but Seattle U's got to step up, whether it's Dawson, who's only got 2 points in this half after coming off 12 points in the first half, 4 for 4 for 3, but someone's going to have to step up and score the basketball for Seattle U.
Severe Wheeler is the first UW player and 7th Pac-12 player to have 12 assists and 0 turnovers. He has 2 today to go along with his 10 assists, but still solid game for number 5. And it's a 3-point game here after the free throws.
Yeah, 16-point lead diluted to just 3.
Schumacher, near side wing here. Chatfield going to work on Breidenbach. Goes right into the body of Breidenbach. Help is right there. Shot is up and ripped away. I think Keon Brooks had his hand in there.
Yeah, he had it over his right shoulder, but wanted to go to that left shoulder. He was giving him baseline.
Huskies a chance to tie the ball game up or at least cut it to 1. Wheeler off the screen from Breidenbach. Breidenbach is waiting for it. Yeah, he wanted the 3. Open. He already has 1. Wheeler inside. Scoop shot. No good. Tip to Paris Dawson. Redhawks on the break.
Got attack. You got numbers.
Redhawks slow it down.
It's a matchup, right? Now 1-4 flat. Get to the basket.
Schumacher on Breidenbach.
Shot fake.
Goes off and Fader.
Yes.
Banks it in. And he says, get on your feet, Climate Pledge.
Coaching staff was like, "What? Okay, let's go." But again, if he didn't hit that, that would have been a very tough play for Seattle U.
Wheeler blew by Cam Tyson, had him in the air as well. Still wasn't able to convert. Has the ball back down to the paint. Breidenbach now. Him and Chatfield battling. Breidenbach turned, shot, flicked it up, missed everything. More of a pass to Shea Riley. Redhawks trying to bring in the reins. Cam Tyson, no good. Ball secured again. Chatfield. Can they get Cam going? Can Paris Dawson reignite?
Take your time.
8 on the shot clock. Schumacher has to get to work. Down to 5. Schumacher, deep 3. He was fouled from 3, and Schumacher will be at the line for 3. And Wheeler cannot believe it. He's still on the ground. Finally gets helped up by Wood there. That is the 3rd one, and a 16th foul against the Huskies, so the Redhawks are 1 away from the bonus as well. And the freshman Malik Goma about set to check in. Looks like Cam Tyson is kind of huffing and puffing here.
Alex Schumacher just 1 for 2 from the free throw line today. A chance to really, give Seattle U some confidence, some momentum, get this lead back up to 8 to 10, get to double digits. You could feel pretty confident.
Schumacher is 77% free throw shooter. Again, as you said, you got to get the free ones.
Got to get the first one, though.
He leads the WAC and the team, obviously, in assists and assists per game at 4.5. Just over 12 points a game, and he gets that one on the friendly touch. Malik Goma will check in for Chatfield instead. So the Redhawks going a little bit smaller here with Goma and Shea in the front court.
It's interesting substitution, bringing in your freshman Goma, who only played limited minutes in the first half.
He didn't appear at all against San Francisco either.
You still have Voss and Ratkovich on the baseline.
And Shea Riley on the offensive rebound.
Get it out of the corner.
Schumacher went 1 for 3, but the Redhawks have a chance again to add points. Cam Tyson, ball in his hand, him and Wood. Crossover, step back, 3 ball, and he was fouled by Wood. Oh my goodness. Again, the Huskies want to keep a hand in these shooters' faces, but again, you got to give them room to land.
No, you got to be smart, and that's one thing you can't do. I mean, that's 101. Don't foul three-point shooter. Coach Vic really got on the refs last time out. Very intense conversation. I know he's got to feel a little bit better about the calls that are happening right now with those 2 fouls called on three-point shots for Seattle U. Mike Hopkins on the other end, he's barking at the refs like, hey, what's going on here? Everybody feels like they're getting cheated. But Seattle U's got to make the free throws, man.
They've left now 3 points at the line already. How big those are going to be when you get into that final minute. Again, try to make it 2 of 3. And he does. Redhawks get 50% at the line there. They want more, but now they switch their mind to defense. Huskies going to take a timeout as Mike Hopkins and University of Washington want to regroup a little bit here, Corey. They raced back into this ball game, but now, once again, find Seattle University with the momentum. We'll be right back here on ESPN+. Back here on ESPN+, great college basketball matchup in Queen Anne of Seattle. There's the two 206 schools at the Division I level going at it right now. Seattle University Redhawks in that First Hill/Capitol Hill neighborhood. And, of course, the Huskies on Montlake over there. It's been a great athletic season for the Huskies. Obviously, they're in the college football playoff right now. Their basketball team took down Gonzaga on the men's side as well. Wheeler drives inside. He dropped his shoulder. No call. And Shea Riley tries to save it. But, wow, I'm surprised there was no call just based on how it's been called so far.
Yeah, I know Coach Vic kind of just like, hey, but again, you can't dwell on it. You got to have next play mentality, but 100% that should have been a charge. And Parrish Dawson did a great job of getting his chest in front of Wheeler.
It looks like Shea and Keon Brooks just saying, hey, boys, keep it clean. And Shea's like, hey, he's got his leg behind mine. Yeah, no one wants to lose this game, I assure you. Maybe for different reasons, but both teams would love to come out of here with a win.
Yeah, and Shea Riley, not the one to back down from anything.
No, not at all.
Right? He's usually got his
Wood catch and shoot on the inbound. Johnson had it, taken away. He has it back, and he's fouled. He'll be at the line. And Schumacher is the one who fouled. It's the second one on him.
It's just that ability to box out and finish the possession.
Corin Johnson, super athletic at 6'2". He's a Bulldog as well out of Garfield High School. We know how great that program is. He won the 2020 state title with Garfield. And he got one off. And if I'm not mistaken, there's been a few Bulldogs in the Husky program over the years. Can't pinpoint which ones, but there's been a few.
A feeder system. Yeah. That's what they got, a feeder team there.
Rainier Beach, Garfield, whatever it is. This Husky program's done a great job of keeping local talent, but now it's really been the Redhawks. Look, John Christopoulos on this squad, Cam Tyson on this squad as well, Schumacher, Vancouver, a little bit further south, obviously, but still in-state recruiting is a big thing in a state that's such a hotbed for high school basketball.
Yeah, some really good players in the greater Seattle area. You got to call timeout.
And that's not what you want at all. Chris Victor not happy that he had to blow a timeout in that corner.
Hey, you just don't catch it in the corner.
It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay here on this one. Listen, Corey, the Huskies have battled back, but still they have no field goals in the last 3:20. They've been getting to the free throw line, which is good, but still you got to knock down some buckets if you're the Huskies. Because right now, if both teams go cold, the team with the lead is going to get away with the win.
No, absolutely, but I don't see the UW Huskies going cold. Keon Brooks, a guy that's only made 7 threes on the season, knocks down 2 back-to-back. Wheeler getting to the paint and facilitating. Seattle U's got to do a better job of keeping Wheeler of getting to the paint and creating for himself and for his teammates. And just hope that you don't foul, right? You don't get called for the foul, which you said. UW Huskies been bailed out a few times.
It's out of the 30-second timeout. Redhawks got to know that trap is coming here. They're nursing a 7-point lead at Climate Pledge Arena. They're home away from home. Again, they used to play all their home games at what used to be called Key Arena. But since the remodel, they played here on special occasions. Christopoulos floats it up. Who'd he float it to?
I have no clue.
Breidenbach just took it away on his seat, and they throw it up. The Huskies do. They're going to try and score off this. Brooks on the block, now works it back out.
And Christopoulos has been out, right? He's been sitting the bench. It's just interesting substitution, putting a guy in that position. I know he's confident, but
Coach Victor said turnovers killed us last year.
And there Wheeler is.
And Shea didn't want to foul, and he lets him blow right by. Husky.
There you go,
intensity picks up. Paris Dawson dribbling up the court. Transition. Christopoulos no good. And Shea Riley was fouled.
No, it's a double foul they call on Woods and Shea Riley.
And that's a tough one right there. And again, is that obviously we're not coaches. Chris Victor is the coach for a reason. Is that the transition three you want there?
Absolutely not. You know what I mean? Not after a turnover, not having the lead. The shot, you know, the clock is your friend, and I know that John Christopoulos is, you know, trying to will this game, but you can't do it by yourself, and it can't be a home run hit. You got to be smart, strategic, and play the chess match, right? Use that clock up.
Christopoulos obviously wants to have a big game. He had a solid first half. He checks out now after that 3-ball. And the officials, are they checking something at the monitor?
I think they want to review that foul, no?
And are they going to check it?
But if they review this, then they should have reviewed the previous, right?
I think they're just going to say it is what it is. It's a held ball situation, and the possession error was in favor of the Redhawks.
Redhawks, you know, got lucky on that possession.
Yep. It's a 5-point game here. Redhawks just holding on. Chatfield to Schumacher.
Oh, you had the matchup you wanted if you're Schumacher, right?
They want to get it to him. Wood. He's helping down low. Schumacher drive. Cam Tyson, 3-ball corner, no good. Wood on the rebound. Cam Tyson's gone cold. Wheeler quickly wants to attack. Paris Dawson, he might have gotten away with a travel. Breidenbach on the finish. Huskies within 3.
It's the combo, right? You know, Wheeler's just stacking up the assist, but he's getting so deep in the paint that the big just has to trail, and he just drops it off. Breidenbach, man, he needs to take Wheeler to dinner for sure, man. He's just getting spoon-fed.
One possession game here. Inside scoop, Paris Dawson. Cam Tyson, corner, 3-ball, Schumacher, good!
Great shot.
Corner ball. 76-70. Redhawks extend that arm again.
No foul. Right? Play smart if you're Seattle U. If you're Huskies, you're going to get Wheeler in the paint and do what he does. Yeah?
Man, he has been putting on an absolute show. Mike Hopkins is going to take the timeout. We're going to go to a break, but cannot wait to talk about how he has played so far in this one. 4-point game, 76-72. 3:33 left to go. We'll be right back on ESPN+.
Who's my man with the jacket?
Back here, 76-72. Inside Climate Pledge Arena. Mascots toss it out. Shirts here. Red Hawk fans just got free fries. Thanks to 10 3-pointers made after that Schumacher make. But Wheeler and the Huskies hanging in right now as he'll be, you know, a big factor down this final 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, Wheeler's shining as bright as my man on the sideline with that jacket. I need me one of those. Nice Christmas jacket. But man, everybody out festive. And
we'll do our next broadcast in one of those. How about that?
I want that in writing, Russ.
You got the shoes, too? Do you know the shoes?
Man, I'm telling you, I love the outfit. Yeah, definitely a Redhawks fan. The colors, but man, just blinging over there.
4-point game, 3.5 minutes, which is an eternity if you're the Redhawks. It's plenty of time if you're the Huskies.
And the Huskies picking up the heat, picking up 94 feet.
Cam Tyson going to cross the timeline with the rock. He's going to give it up to Schumacher, who had that last 3. Redhawks, again, they want to score on these possessions. Keep that arm extended.
Oh, he missed Cam coming off. Why? I don't understand that. But, you know, you drop a play and
Cam Tyson, crossover, pull up, elbow jump shot, just grazes the rim. And a foul's going to be called here against the Huskies. And Wheeler, oh man. Oh, is it Brooks? Keon Brooks picks up his second. And again, the Redhawks come up short. But the Huskies gift them another opportunity as now Shea Bradley, who's much improved at the free throw line this season, will settle in.
Kind of got bailed out, but
it's still 1-1.
Yeah, Riley's got to make them pay, and this is so important, right? The EOG end of game situations, 3 minutes left. Every possession matters.
He's shooting 61% on the season at the free throw line. He had 9 points, including going 3 of 3 at the line and San Francisco. And of course, the Jinx, as always, works perfectly as Keon Brooks grabs the rebound off the miss. Wheeler and the Huskies trailing by 4. Wood on the handoff, gives it right back to Wheeler. Severe goes right off the screen there. Now Wood pick and pop. A little bit of a Pop-Tart action there, gets him in the air, and it's a one-possession, 2-point game here in Seattle.
That's just a flyby, right? You're running them off the 3, but you got to stay in the play and guard the bounce, man. That's lazy defense.
Will Conroy trying to pump up the Husky faithful in the arena. Shea Riley. Out to Paris Dawson. And he's been quiet here in the second half. Schumacher. Trying to get the head fake, turnaround shot, Alex Schumacher! Again, can the Red Hawks trade baskets long enough? 2 minutes remain.
They gotta get a stop here.
Wheeler. Johnson inside, he goes up. Oh, and who's the foul on? Everybody looks straight up there. It's gonna be Schumacher, so at the free throw line in the shooting act, so it'll be 2 free throws. They were in the double bonus either way.
Said he grabbed his arm. Corey and Johnson both, like, you know, he and Wheeler love to spin back, right? So they attack hard and spin back to the basket. Thought Brennan Chatfield was there, but got the call.
Corey Johnson at the line where he's 63%, excuse me. It's the first one. An 11.4 assist performance against Gonzaga in that win at Heckhead. Right now he has 13, him and Brooks, both on the court with 13 for the Huskies. And just got the shooter's touch on the second one. 2-point game once again, one tick over 2 minutes. Cam Tyson over to Paris Dawson.
Red Hawks got to play with confidence. Can't get lost in the moment.
Cam Tyson, pull up 3, and an offensive foul on the screen from Chatfield. Ball wasn't going in regardless, but you don't want to give up the foul. It's non-shooting here, but again, the Huskies can have the chance, Corey, for the first time tonight to take the lead in this game.
I mean, it's going to be Wheeler attacking and facilitating as they've done to kind of.
Just over 1:30.
Yeah, to dilute this lead, man, but you got to do a better job defensively. Find a way. It's got to happen here for the Red Hawks if they want to win this game.
We dip under 90. Keon Brooks into the body of Riley, trying to back him down. Brooks rises up, tough shot, and he knocks it down. We're all tied. 78-78. Husky fans erupt here inside Climate Pledge.
That was a tough shot, man. You see Will Conroy trying to pump the crowd up.
Schumacher to Chatfield. Gets Breidenbach. Back out. 10 on the shot clock. Schumacher. Breidenbach got the mismatch. To Dawson with 3. Dawson goes in. No good. Misses everything. Husky ball on the shot clock. Violation. And Husky Nation inside of Climate Pledge is on their feet.
Wow.
What a turn of events here at Climate Pledge.
Yeah, tough shot, man, by Brooks that last time. Shea Riley doing a great job of being there with the high hands, but Brooks able to raise up and do what he does, score the basketball.
Right now the Huskies are turning into closers right now. They're 5 of their last 5 have stormed back. They're now shooting better than the Red Hawks across the board, including at the free throw line right now, which is the biggest disappointment right now if you're Chris Victor. You had a lot of chances to press this lead a little bit further, and your players just couldn't knock down the free throws.
No, not at all. And they, no one really stepped up from the guard perspective for the Red Hawks, really to, make those three-point shots that they're making in the first half. But you still have the opportunity to win the game, and it starts with a stop right now. Both teams with just one timeout.